and design video, and this is also the introduction to another language used in building a website, which is called CSS, and as you can see from the name here. And so CSS is another language used in building websites, just like I already released some videos on that HTML language. So CSS too is another language also used in building the website. And so to get started right away, you would like to know the full meaning of CSS, as you can already see on the screen. And CSS actually means cascading style sheets. So it's a set of codes used in designing the website, and it can also be used to set the layout for a website. So if you want to give it a try, you can just visit any website you would like, for example Facebook, and then you see the colors on Facebook. You see blue, white, and so many other colors. You have a section for commenting, you have a section for liking, for viewing posts, and everything how you integrate the website and the user interface, and everything was being designed using not only CSS, but the colors, for example, were being made with CSS coding. So this is just the introduction to CSS language in building a website. And so I would also like you guys to understand that there are two types of CSS. That is, there are two types of cascading style sheets. The first type is called inline or internal CSS. And so this inline CSS, also known as internal CSS, is the CSS codes written inside the HTML codes of a website. That is, the designing of a website is done inside the backbone of the website. So what this actually means is that whatever CSS codes you're going to be writing are going to be written right directly inside the HTML codes of the website. And so all CSS codes written inside the website will always be found in the head tags. It's going to be found in between the head tags of your HTML code of your website. And so it's always going to be found here, just in between the head tags. This is the opening head tag and this is the closing head tag. And so the next type of CSS that is also being used in building websites is called external CSS. And so external CSS is the CSS codes written outside of a website. Now, unlike inline CSS, external CSS are the codes, separate codes written outside of your HTML codes. So to do this, for your HTML codes to recognize the CSS codes you've written, you have to link it with your website in the HTML page. Now, it is then linked with the website using specific codes written in the HTML codes of the website. And so don't forget that you can find HTML codes right here. All these tags you find in this website, the body, form, everything, or is being made using HTML. So everything you find on this page was written with the HTML language. So to link a external CSS file with your HTML website, you have to use an external link on your HTML website. So the link is found like this. This is the external link that is going to be used on your HTML site. Peradventure, if you are going to use an external CSS code, so you have to link that external CSS code using this linking code you find already highlighted here on your website. And so the external CSS file must be in the same folder of the website already made or you are making. And the linking codes must be placed in between the head tag of the website. So this code now is going to be placed directly in between the head tags of your website. So if you are going to use an external CSS file, it is going to be linked. A linking code is going to be placed in between the head tags of your HTML website. So in this video now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the way the external and the internal CSS works. So first we're going to start with the internal CSS. We're going to be writing our internal CSS codes inside the HTML code of our website. So to start with, you just have to make sure that your whatever CSS tags you're going to be using is going to be inside the head tags of your website. So this is the opening head tag of your website, and this is the closing head tag of your website. So to start with inline CSS, you make sure you have to move your cursor right in front of the title, closing title tag, and then you start with this. If you're going to use an internal CSS, the tag used in internal in CSS is called style. So the style means you want to design your website. So you can see that it's named tag. So you want to start designing your website, and the tag to start with is called style. So straight away we're going to be designing the body of our website. We are also going to be adjusting the fonts of our website. So we're actually going to be changing the font. This is the website. This code here you find is the result here you have on this website. And so we are going to be changing the font of this our website here on the body section, and we're also going to be changing the body background of our website. So to get started with, you continue with the style tag, and then in front of the style tag input the attributes type. So the type of style CSS code is going to be text / CSS. So this actually means the type of CSS codes we are going to be running right inside the HTML codes of our website. So do not forget, this is internal CSS now we're dealing with. So you have to close that, and then you can start. Before you start, don't forget to also close your style tag. And then before you start, make sure whatever code you're going to be writing is right inside the style tag you find here. So if you're still looking for how you can begin tutorials on HTML coding, you can just visit my playlist, and then you can start by getting yourself in touch with the introduction to HTML. But for those who've already watched and have an idea about how to use some HTML tags and codes to build websites, this is the next step, CSS. So this is just the introduction to CSS. And so we said we want to design our body, so we are going to be typing that here. So we're going to be using the body tag now. We're going to be designing our body, so we need the body tag of our website, which is here. This is the body tag used in the HTML codes, and this is going to be the body tag used in the CSS code. So to start with, you use your curly braces to make a design, and then we say we want to give our body an image. So I got an image in my folder. So if you're going to be using an external CSS, once you create the file, you make sure that the file is in the same folder of your website and any other file you're going to be using, or any sort of information you'll be including on your website. Please make sure you create a folder for that, and then you can then place your whatever pages you'll be making, whatever songs, videos, images, and also the external CSS, which is the one I have here. So we are using inline CSS now, so we're going to be including this image as our background image for this website. So to include that, you just have to copy the name of the image where you can see web img. So this is going to be the title we're going to include in our HTML in our CSS code now. So you use this function or attributes called background image. So now the background image is going to include what sort of image we'll be using for our website background. So using CSS to include images, this is how you do it. So do not forget the name of the image is called WebIMG, which was found, I got there from here. We have included it in the folder of my website. So this is the name of the image we're using, and it's called WebIMG. So once you've included the title of the image, you include the format. So it's a format called PNG. So to get the format of the image, just on your PC, just go to the section where you see type, and then you can see the type of image we have is called PNG, and then you include the type of formats right here in your CSS file. And then we also said we want to change the font color and the font type of our website, and then for you to do that, you change it to font type now, and then you include, or rather sorry, say font family. So the font family we're going to be using for website, let's say we're going to be using Verdana. So we say we want to change the font to italic. To do that, so you have to use the font type. So font style. Instead, to include the font style, you can then select italic now as a font style. So you can also adjust the line height of our website. This is line height. Please, if you have any questions, you can place them in the comment section below, and I'll answer every one of them. And if you would like me to do a redo video on this section you do not understand, you can do that, and I send it to you personally, right to your DM. But for purpose of those who still understand, you can just continue. Then we are dealing with the line height of our website, so we just say we want to give that 10 pixels. Oh, sorry, just a mistake. So it's gonna be 10 pixels right in front of the column. It's gonna be 10 pixels. So let's say we just want to stop here for the purpose of this video, because in the next video I'll be showing you how you can also do and use external CSS on your website. So to get prepared for the next video, please do make sure that you create a file, an external CSS file on your computer, and then you can save it in the same folder of your website, and you can name it style. So to do that, just to get prepared for the next video, you can, on your Sublime Text application or whatever HTML application you're using, you can just head to file, and then you can create a new file. So once you create a new file, you can save it as style.css, because we'll be using external CSS in the next video, and I'm going to be showing you how you're going to do that. So to get prepared, you just have to save this as style.css. So once you save that as style.css, you'll make sure that it's in the same folder we have your website and other information of your website. So you save that, and then you're ready for the next video on the external CSS. So to round up this video right now, we are just going to try this out. This is called the internal CSS now, and don't forget it's found in between the head tags right here. This is the head tag, and this is the closing head tag. So these CSS codes now are written right inside the HTML file of our website. So to try this internal CSS right now, to try this internal CSS we just made, we're going to be running this on Chrome and see the effects. So we have to save it, Control S, and then you refresh it on your browser to give us the desired results. Yeah, and there you have it. And if you take note now, the colors are all in italics. You can also see that they have also changed fonts to the one we used here, which is Verdana. So I do not know why the image doesn't work, but you can change from the image to color. So let's say we wanted to change the background color of our website, and do not forget this is inline CSS. So if you are the type that likes including your CSS codes right inside the HTML code of the website, this is how to do it. But if you prefer the external CSS, that will be in my next video. I will show you how to do that. But for the purpose of this now, let's say we want to change our background color to, let's say we want to use background color attributes, and then you can pick one of the functions there, which say you want to choose red or any other color you want, blue, green, yellow. You can also use color codes now. So instead of typing red, I can use the color code for red, but I do not know the color code for red, so you can just type in red. But if you want a specific type of color, you can look for the color code online, and then you can copy the color code and paste it there. So for the purpose of this now, I'm gonna just impute red as a color, and then let's refresh that and try it on Chrome. And let's refresh. So now you can see that the background color has changed to red. If you would like to use any other one that suits you or you prefer, you can just say blue. If you like blue to be the background color, you can refresh that and save that and refresh it on Chrome, and the color should turn to blue, and there you have it, blue. So this is just default colors for blue. You can have blue, can have ice blue, you can have navy blue, or any type of blue you like. You can just look for the color code, and then you can paste the color code right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending your time to watch every step of video I'm showing you. This is just an introduction to CSS, which is inline CSS. In my next video, I'll be showing you how to use external CSS. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's important. If you don't want you miss any videos I'll be releasing, please just subscribe, and then we can continue our journey on how you can become a professional web developer. And this is just the inline CSS we've talked about. Don't forget the meaning of CSS and everything. Thank you guys for watching so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.